Support for 100 Watts and a Wire is brought to you by 100wattsandawire.com. To subscribe to the show, simply click the RSS feed found under each episode. While you're there, apply for your free 100 Watts ID and learn how you can help make 100 Watts and a Wire listener supported. Click the donate page and pick the option that works best for you. That's 100wattsandawire.com. And ICOM. Communicate with the best. Communication has never been so fun than with ICOM. From D-Star to SDR, ICOM uses the most advanced technology in their radios. And Bio-NO Power, offering the best performance lithium iron phosphate batteries for your ham radios. Visit bionopower.com. That's BIOENNOPOWER.com. Or contact dealers nationwide. And Hamsphere 4.0. Hamsphere is a state-of-the-art computer-based transceiver that uses the internet to layer real-time, real-simulated propagation sky airwaves. To learn more about the new generation of virtualized professional radio, visit hamsphere.com.
And now, from Grid Square Echo Mike 48, this is 100 Watts and a Wire.
Yes, sir. Welcome to 100 Watts and a Wire. I'm Christian Kilo Zero. There goes the voice. I thought maybe... Let me get the call sign out at least. Kilo Zero, Sierra Tango Hotel. This started maybe Wednesday. We got to the net on Thursday and it just... It was there Thursday where we had a record number of check-ins. It was wonderful, and we pass it around. We go across the country. We start on 40 meters. We end up on 75 meters phone. If I recall, we did 77 contacts on Thursday. A lot of fun for us. Propagation is what it is. I don't pay too much attention to the what I call propaganda reports. They're nice to look at to see if it's up or down. It moves and changes so much that I can't be tapped into the propaganda reports on the airwaves. When I can sit down in the chair is when I sit down in the chair to try it. I don't make a schedule with myself and the sun. I love you, son. I love you, son. But you're doing your own thing. And I just get in there and try it. You know what I mean? But the propagation reports, help some people do what they need to do fine. All I know is every time we try to sit down on Thursday night, we get banged around a little bit. And it's the time of year. It's the sun cycle where it's at. Anyway, I am Christian Kilo Zero Sierra Tango Hotel. And dealing with a little bit of sinus issues. I'll put it that way and keep it clean for you. There's no need for me to talk about what's happening inside and behind this Polish nose of mine. And how long it takes me to get that crud out of there just to kind of get moving. You don't want to hear about that. I don't even think doctors want to hear about discolored mucus. My children call them the bugs. Bugs. You can call it what's going on back there. I'm going to keep it inside. Well, outside if it comes. But I'm going to keep the description to myself. A lot of fun over the weekend. We did the 160 contest. And when I say did, I'm saying I look at contesting in a different way. It's all about my antennas. And to say, where am I getting out? And the 160 is, it's hard to get a 160 antenna up. So when I did, I really wanted to see what it would do. And that started last year. And so I'm making contacts just to see where I would make contacts with this antenna. It may not be in the most ideal situation. It's not pointed end to end, north to south or east to west. It's kind of it's in the clear, but, it may be going northeast, southwest, and serving, that pattern off the sides there. Would I have changed it? I don't know. I think if I could go a true north to south with this antenna, maybe I would do that. But I feel blessed, and I worked hard just to have a 160 antenna up. So this weekend sort of crept up on me. I got to tell you, like I said before, I've been feeling a little hemmed up and not, myself 100%. Next thing I know, I see the 160 contest is taking place. So for me, it isn't about getting a lot of numbers or making a lot of contacts. It also isn't about me giving you contacts. I'm not going to chase you around and help you out. If I had more time, if I was retired, maybe I'd sit around and just kind of scroll and hit anyone I could. For me, completely selfish, it's to see what states I can get to with this antenna. So I'll go east to west. I won't work more than one station in a state during the 160 contest. I want to get out and get as many as I can in different states. And I do that on field day as well. And there's another reason for it. Because I know many of you may be thinking, dude, you're not getting a true signal report from these stations. Everything's 5.9 and move on. Well, I can tell if he heard me or she heard me loud and clear or not. Take, for instance, Maryland, my home state of Maryland. Oh, this brother made me call him like 8 times. And I did it because I needed Maryland. I talk to Maryland every week. But not on 160. Maybe I will. I don't know. So I don't know if this guy was just struggling to hear me, which is completely possible, or what. But anyway, I knew that wasn't a true 5.9 report, and that's totally fine. We made the contact. I made it out. So that's how I do it. But the other side of this is that I have a huge map. There used to be a company called, I think, CQ Maps. And during the National Parks on the Air program, I ordered a map of the U.S. And it has a lot of different entities on, where, it was geared toward the parks. However, it still is a true map of the United States. So I have it. I put it up. And what I do is when I work some stations, I go back with my daughter, who is 7 in 2nd grade, and we pin on the map the states that Daddy worked. So it's also like a geography lesson for her, that we can kind of put that up there. And I like to see it too. It's a visual map of where, I was able to work. So the first night I did really well. Ended up with, somewhere in the 30s, 30 different states. I mean, it's so nice to see 160 alive. I mean, there are people there, but if you turn it on in the morning, and I rise sometimes when I'm feeling better in the 5 o'clock hour, and I don't do it on purpose. My body's just like, bloing, let's go. So I'll turn the radio on, mostly on the weekends, and you will hear maybe, 4 or 5 QSOs happening on 160. But nothing like this past weekend where, it was rocking. I'd spin the dial, I'd go to one end and back up the other, and I'd pick up these states, get the push pins, and we'd work. But 30-some in the first day, and only like a handful on the second day, because it just, the propagation was bad for me. It rained 5 days in a row, and I was just hearing a lot of the same stations. I ended up with 41 contacts in the U.S., so 41 different states, and then a couple in Canada, different provinces in Canada. And that was great. So we were pinning and showing the map, and when we were done, I could look and see. And then it ended and everything was cool. The world continued on. Oh, Lord, I'm blinging up. Must be morning time. But I hope you had fun if you did that. I got a signal report over the weekend, made me laugh. I'll tell you about that. And a little bit of DX. We had some DX stuff. And I want to talk about the YouTube channel. We got some things to discuss, and we will. We'll do that next.
The Kilo station again? Again? Kilo Zero Sierra Tango Hotel. You're 5'9". Right.
The SDR you have asked for is here. ICOM's new 7610 is a high-performance RMDR with the ability to pick out the faintest of signals, even in the presence of stronger adjacent signals. The new ICOM IC7610 is a direct sampling, software-defined radio that's SDR that will change the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. It has an RF direct sampling system, 110 dB RMDR, an independent dual receiver, and dual digi-select. And you can communicate with the new D-Star communication device. Easy to use and operate, the ID31A Plus is available in silver, red, or gold. It offers worldwide digital communication. You can share pictures and text messages. And it's IPX7 waterproof, compact, lightweight, and tough. Visit icomamerica.com/amateur for information about all ICOM radios.
Back to net control with Christian, K0STH.
All right, again, and a little bit scattered, man. I go into the break, and I thought, did I say everything about 160? And now I come back, and I think, yeah, I think you did. I want to thank the ops who go through the night. It's an interesting contest, again, because you can feel the West Coast come alive as the sun goes down and the sun sets out in the west. You start to hear Oregon, California. What do you want me to continue going through all the states out there? Ones I didn't hear were like Nevada, Wyoming. I did hear Montana, and Montana slipped away from me. I would have liked to had Montana, but there were, and isn't it interesting that one contest like that, and I get a bit obsessed. I get like, I'm chasing it like an old hound dog. I'm like a buzzard on a gut wagon. I'm spinning around and I'm looking at the states I need and I'm pouncing. And that's fun, because that's what I call contesting. Chasing. I'm a chaser in this way. And Montana slipped away from me. But they stay up really deep into the night. I think I went to bed around 11 o'clock, which is pretty, it's not so late for me. But, 11:30 is like, woo. So I was racking up some of the ones. Anyway, keep in mind I've got this cold going on, and I bounce around anyway a lot. But it could be, a little bit more this week. I want to talk about the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel has officially launched. You do a search for 100 watts and a wire. We'll come up there. I've made a couple of appearances on other programs. Ham Talk Live has a couple. I've been, I guess, a subject on another show, so you may see that come up before. Just scroll down a little bit because we're so new that, we don't have a lot of subscribers or anything like that. And I'm not looking to take a big part of the market. I want to do some extras, video extras. 100 watts and a wire makes me feel comfortable here behind this microphone, looking hemmed up and swollen as I do this morning. Nobody wants to see that. There are already great channels out there devoted to QRP operations. Tony in Florida, I like his channel. Julian is in Norway. He's hardcore. He's out there on the ice. I'm like, ooh, it's cold. Ooh, it's cold. But look at his tent. And many others. There are people out there who are focused on unboxing videos. They're the guys who are looking to get all the gear and break it out and unfold it for you. So we're going to do some extras. We'll carry over some extras, do some things, and let the community also participate. I posted a cool video, I think it's cool, of the 100 watts in a wire toolkit, because it travels around the country. This time-honored tradition to share your tools with newer hams or people who don't have these tools. Tools cost money, guys, right? Well, we had an anonymous donor a few years ago donate the 100 watts and wire tool kit. And if you go to our website, you can, it's like a library book or something. You can request it and you can be put in the queue to receive it. And you don't have to pay anything except you pay it forward to the next ham. After your project is complete and you use the tools, all we ask is you pay about $12 to send it to the next ham. Well, you may be looking for the antenna analyzer or crimpers or whatever's inside there that you need specifically for your project, but you didn't have to go and buy it, which is cool. So now on the 100 watts in a wire YouTube page, you can see an unboxing of the toolkit. That's on there. We're going to do a build. I'll do some QRP things and some testing, some antenna tuning, whatever it is. We are more than just amateur radio operators. So it's kind of a life of. We do lots of things. Sometimes we build antennas. Sometimes we go out and tune them. Sometimes we install mobiles. Sometimes we're on the road. Sometimes we're traveling. And I want to do videos there. And then ask the community, the listeners, you guys, and the 100 watts and wire community to also consider providing your videos there. In the meantime, go there and subscribe. Look for that notifications button, and that way you won't miss any videos. So that's the cool new thing about YouTube, and, as it grows, I'm a gardener, so I'm content with slow growth. This show, it took a while to take root. It's not for everybody. And then it's grown. Strong foundation, grew. We're good. So visit us there if you like. Give it a subscribe. We're not trying to take anybody's thunder away from them. People do shows on YouTube only. You know what I mean? I want it to be some video extras. I enjoy being a radio guy and doing this show. So the audio portion of the show, I suppose now, the show could be posted there, and maybe we can do that. That's for sure. We could do that. But I enjoy the audio. I'm a radio guy by trade and heart. My love and passion are for this. And then the video thing is just fun. I think there's more that happens during the week. I hear there's even a video coming of checking into the 100 watts and a wire net on Thursdays. That'd be cool. Maybe I'll do a little video about being net control. There's a lot to do. And we're not going to be the unboxing channel. Not going to be just the build channel. It will represent life as an amateur radio operator. That's the intended purpose of the video extras on YouTube. Check it out when you can. Subscribe. Hit the notifications. That way you don't miss anything. And tell your friends. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit more about my weekend and my setup. I've got some travel planned. We'll talk about that next.
More contacts, less Alpha Hotels. This is 100 watts and a wire.
Bio-NO Power lithium iron phosphate batteries offer some of the best performance batteries for any of your HF or other mobile ham radios. With over 2,000 charge cycles and a battery that is super light, only 1/3 that of AGM or lead-acid batteries, these batteries are a great solution. Visit bionopower.com or contact dealers nationwide, including Ham Radio Outlet, Ham Source, PowerWorks, Comms2Go, Impulse Electronics, Portable Zero, and many others. That's Bio-NO Power, BIOENNOPOWER.com.
When in doubt, hang 'em high. This is 100 watts and a wire.
I want to congratulate some upgrades. Dave, Kilo Delta 2 Lima Mike Romeo is now an amateur extra. Congratulations to Dave. Also, Michael, N1XRR, November 1, X-Ray Romeo is a new extra. Congratulations. And Samantha over the weekend, Kilo Echo Zero India Alpha Alpha. Kilo Echo Zero India Alpha Alpha is a new amateur extra. Congratulations, Sam. That's awesome. What a wonderful feeling. Good job. We know that if you prepare, study, you will pass. I want to make sure you guys remember the member benefit. I can say that easier. Don't forget the sustaining member benefit. You can earn discounts at MFJ, Radio Waves, Bio-NO Power, Chameleon Antenna, PowerFilm Solar, NI4L antennas. Visit the website and click Donate. $25 will get you discounts to those companies, and I believe you can make your money back right away, just in savings. The sustaining member benefit available to you at 100wattsandawire.com. Do you know I worked the station? There were a couple QSO parties going on, North Carolina specifically. Can I just tell you, this brother told me, you're 5'8 plus. You're 5'8 plus into North Carolina. And I think I came back to him laughing because internally, I'm thinking, what the hell? Sorry, the PG version was, what the heck? Come on, man. Don't do me like that. Now, I know he probably was thinking 5'9", at least in my mind, I'm thinking he was like, oh yeah, 5'9 plus, dog, 5'9, roof, roof. You're 5'8 plus. So I guess I was like 5'8 plus a tenth, maybe. He had this big old meter, and it was like, no, not quite 5'9", but you're right there in the middle. Thanks, man. Thanks. Well, I mentioned I'm going to be going away. I'm going to be going to Florida here in a couple of weeks. I'm going to take the girls to Disneyland for a few days, Orlando, and go to the beach for a few days. And I'm thinking about flying. Look, it's my first time not flying, but flying with gear specifically. And it's so funny because and not funny at all, it's funny because each airline has their own specified bag size, like what you can carry on, what is a personal item size. So you have to look this up. You gotta look it up. Many of you seasoned travelers with gear and all this are like, yeah, come on, man, look it up. You're 5'8 plus. No more. Not ready for the 5'9 flying crew. So I had to figure out what size my carry-on was going to be and my personal item just to fit, because I want to take the radio with me in my hand. I want to carry that onto the plane. I also want to bring the Chameleon P-Loop 2.0. I'm going to be on a beach, I think, for a while. I may be on a balcony, and this thing, the mag loop, will break down. I can carry it in my backpack. And then there's the battery, man. I got crazy thinking about the battery. I could probably take a small power supply. It's going to add more weight to it. It would be easier for me to take a 12 volt. I'm thinking now, and I'll get some kickback because I think it's very confusing. There's probably some questions about, hey, man, I don't know. They'll let you get on with a lot on a plane. Just looky here. I have a story. Seems to me now, there are a couple versions of this story. There's a couple potentials you can carry up to, and you can go from here and that, and you can have one of those, and then a couple of these smaller ones. I am going to try the 12 volt, 12 amp hours, because what I've been reading, it says that's all right. That's okay. Now, if I get a little sketched out as we get closer, I may go to a 6 amp hour because it comes under the 100 amp hour, the 100 whatever it is, not amp hours. It's just confusing to me. Many people get on the planes and they do this on a regular basis, and I've talked to these people. And it seems like 12 volt, 12 amp hours, because what that gives you is under a threshold, is okay. I'm going to be bummed because I did hear stories of confiscation. Did I say the word right? Oh, it's cold. Confiscation. Confiscated. Okay, so, something like that. The battery was taken from them. It was taken from them. So that's on my mind, and this week I'm going to be doing a little bit more of the setup with the P-loop, just to see what we can do from Florida. I'm going to be on vacation. Frankly, I need it. I'm ready, and I want to play a little radio there. Hopefully, not get sand in my rig. What rig am I taking? I'm going to take the 7300, pack it up, have it in my hand, and I'm going to take a mag loop antenna with a small battery. Let's just say at this point, a small battery. And it should be lots of fun. All right, there's a lot going on right now. So I'm going to break off here, let you guys get into your work week. Let's remember, let's try not to give anyone a 5.8 plus meter reading. It's kind of like, I'm like, what the? Here's another story. A little gathering of the willing crops up, right? Sunday afternoon. I'm working a couple stations. A couple people know, it was 100 watts and a wire type of deal, gathering. I'm on 40 meters. And so I'm working some stations. Karen Eve Murray, KD2 GUT, specifically, we met there, not a schedule, but we agreed to meet there, and we were talking for a little bit. And we had about 15 minutes, then we opened it up, and a couple people called and said hello, and that sort of thing. Well, then I worked this one brother, I can't remember his call sign, and he couldn't remember mine either. He got it. I know he wrote it down right, but he said it differently every time he came back. And the one time he came back, he was like, Kilo 0. And I was like, yeah. And the one time he got it, I was like, cool, we made the contact. And he said it differently every time. One time came out K0STD. I was like, oh, damn. And laughing, like laughing. And then inside's like, dude, you got to fix that. You can't go off as STD. So as I laughed my way through the end of that QSO, I hope that, I hope that's not your call sign, first of all. K0STD could be a call sign for somebody. Don't look it up. Just let it go. I shouldn't have brought it up. I shouldn't have brought this up. But the way he said it was funnier than actually your call sign. I'm sorry you've got that call sign. There's ways you can change it. Get a vanity call. Oh, Lord. I told you I was sick. Oh, let me wrap things up here. You'll be good. I'll be listening for you on our 40-meter net. We start off there for about an hour. A team will stay behind, and then a team will advance to 75-meter phone. This week, I'll probably catch you only at 75 meters. I've got something working, a family obligation until later into the evening, and if I don't catch up with you, I'll do it even later. Maybe on 75-meter phone by myself. I'll take some calls if I don't get to the net, or maybe even on 160. We'll figure it out, but I'll catch up with you on the air this week, or maybe in the mobile during the week or the afternoon. Have a great week. I appreciate everything you do. As rough as it is out there, and as divided and crazy, we can come together, figure some things out together, and rise together. Let's lock arms, rise together. Think about the common threads we share. Don't let anybody keep pulling you apart from your people, right? No matter what you do, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and by all means, please try and stay above the noise.
To join the 100 Watts and a Wire community, visit 100wattsanawire.com.